In this video, I will be talking about the second principle of family addiction engagement training. And the second principle here is incremental family change. And what do I mean by incremental family change? And, why should a family change anything? They didn't do anything wrong, right? And I totally get that. Incremental family change, once they have this new perspective, instead of just focusing on their loved one, they've expanded out and they're becoming curious about some trickle down of addiction in their family. Then they start to understand that other people in the family or everyone in the family has had some type of impact from this trickle down of stressors. And the loved one, for instance, in the example that I used in the first video about family education, the mom, Jerry, and the son, George, when Jerry starts to see, when she starts to expand her focus and she sees this trickle down, she actually understands that other people in the family have also been affected by stressors, and they have used other strategies, maybe other than drinking, as a way to deal with those stressors, which is, it takes the burden off of feeling shame. Oh my gosh, that's my fault. Or it is a way to empathize with your loved one who is drinking or drugging, that this is a strategy to trickle down stressors or trauma. If you can't make change, if you, the family member, cannot make change, your loved one has no reason to change. When you change how you empathize and your language and actions in relationship to them, that changes. And what I'm talking about here is how you express your love, how you express your concern. And it's boundaries, essentially. And so boundaries are essentially you being clear first yourself as to what's okay, what you're willing to have in your life, and what you're not willing to have in your life. And it can be moment by moment. Those boundaries can change based on conditions. For one thing, the condition of your loved one. Are they intoxicated or are they not intoxicated? Because that will definitely change how you communicate to them, or if you even want to communicate to them. Incremental family change. When a family has gone through an education process and they start using and practicing the tools that they learned in the education process, they begin to make incremental change on their own. Of course, they can come to, and I encourage them to come to coaching groups where they can talk about what the new perspective that they see from the trickle down, the behavior that they did before, based on this understanding. And now that they have this understanding, they can start brainstorming different ideas about what they can do, how they can communicate differently, how they can act differently. An example is, instead of just having an impulse and blurting something out, maybe they can be quiet, but this education empowers them to start making change. And because families do family so differently, I can't just say, do this one thing, do this. That's black and white thinking. And I am all about both and thinking, which is empowering you to continue to be curious about this trickle down, how different people in the family, what strategies they've used to deal with whatever stressors. And it also continues you to have patience because you start to understand there's a whole lot to this. It isn't just about getting your loved one to stop drinking. That's the beginning. That's not the end. And the incremental family change, you continue to have a positive mindset. Like, this new perspective changes how I see the struggle and how I see strategies to deal with the struggle in my specific family, and how I see others in my family who have dealt with the same or a similar struggle. That's the essence of incremental family change, where you start from this new education, you start getting new ideas, and you start trying some things. You plant seeds with your new behavior. You plant seeds for other people in your family, specifically your loved ones still drinking or drugging, to become curious and go, oh, you normally, like when I do this, you normally do that, and you're not doing that. What's up with that? That's what the incremental family change is about. This was the second video of the family addiction engagement training, the 4 principles. I really want to encourage you to look at the next video, the third video, which is going to be about incremental offers to your loved one.